Alright, good afternoon.
Yeah, we do afternoon. Who knows when they're gonna watch it? Oh yeah, God, oh my God. See, I'm gonna miss you guys. You pay attention to things that I don't. All right, that's much better. See all my pores.
Alright, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you're watching this. Yeah, good, whatever, Jag Nation. It's Donovan Ross here. Another episode of Jags Tonight. Or the last episode of Jags Tonight. And I'm here with all of our guests, Mr. Vela. Finally, after a year of being a great host of this show, it's time to ask him some of our questions. So I just wanted to start it off with Mr. Vela.
Mm-hmm.
All year you've been telling us to ask everybody else this question, and I wanted to ask you, how do you think the next 50 years of LBJ will be like?
I was wondering if I figured you were gonna ask that question. 'Cause I remember you saying you didn't want anyone else to ask it, so that's why I wanted you to go first. I would love to see more consistent programs around here. You know, I've been screaming at it off the bat to get people having consistency in their lives, not just with teachers, but programs. I would love to everyone know that AV Production 2, that's gonna be your producing content, you're making stuff like this. I would love for them to know, like, hey, I'm taking theater, we're gonna do 3 plays a year. I would love them to know, hey, band is doing this, we're gonna be having a marching show, we're gonna be doing a concert for the students. That's what I would like to see starting to, but that takes time. You know, maybe not 50 years worth of time, but I would like to see just consistent things. They know I'm at this school, I'm doing this thing. So that way you have a friend who's a junior, they'll be like, oh, you're taking so-and-so's class, you're gonna do this, this, and this. Or, oh, you're in theater, you're gonna do this, this, and this. So that's what I would like to see for the next 50 years. All right. Thank you, Donovan. You just keep it rolling. All right, who's next? Who wants to get it over with?
I'll get it over with.
Okay.
Right here. Right here. Hello, I'm Josiah Edwards. This is the last episode of Jags Tonight, and I'm here with a special guest, Mr. Vela. The question I had for you is, what is the future looking like for LBJ next year?
For next year? Ooh. I mean, kind of tying back to that point of consistency, I'm hoping much more fun programs, much more art being made now that we have our 2 wonderful art teachers. And I can start developing using this room a lot more. I want to start doing like morning announcements that are live streamed to the classes. Really just kind of showing off more student work and having you guys be heard and seen, you know, because we can hang up some cool little prints every now and then, but I want to be like overwhelmed with stuff that every student is doing. So that's what I'd like to think for future next year, just more student work out and everywhere, letting you guys be creative, just having fun. School should be, school shouldn't be, it should be fun. Most things should be fun, but it is school at the end of the day. But to have you guys have fun at school, that's my goal. That's my goal for the future.
That's my question.
Thank you, Josiah.
Thank you.
All right, that's 2.
I'll go next.
1 is next.
Okay. Hi, I'm Juana Salero Lopez. My question is, how has your teaching evolved over time?
Oh, I think it's gotten a lot cleaner, a lot crisper. I'll tell you, the first month of school, I was nervous. Oh my God, I was so intimidated by you guys. Just because I honestly specifically asked, like, I was like, hey, could I not get a senior class? Because I don't know what you guys knew, what projects you've done. I know there's been a little inconsistency with AV classes. But after talking to you guys those first few months in the class, I was like, man, these are some really talented folks. And so I wanted to kind of have you guys have your skills be seen and heard. So I think I've gotten a lot more comfortable with it. And having wonderful pupils like all of you in this room have definitely helped with that.
That's good.
Thank you,
That's
Juana.
my question.
Okay. Thank you, Juana.
Thank you.
All right, who's next? Jameson's next.
Hi, only question I had is, what made you want to become a high school AV teacher?
Even being a teacher in general, I'd reached a point, I just turned 30 years old, and I was working just like a service job. I was making fine money, but it just reached a point where I felt like I wanted to have something more impactful in my life, feel like I was making somewhat of a difference.
Yeah.
And film and stuff was my background anyway, so being able to come here, seeing what sort of things we were working with, and helping to kind of encourage that talent, hopefully, in some people, was really the main reason I wanted to do it. And the school just was such a nice opportunity. Like I said, all of you guys are wonderful. That I just, even if at one point in this class or my other introductory class, if one student was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, I say my job is done. So hopefully making a strong impact on people's lives. That's why I wanted to do it.
That's good. That's the only question I had.
That's all good. Thank you, Jameson. Yay! Promising future, young man. Anybody? We still got a few more in the back there. Chris, Juan, Jonathan's coming up. Yay!
Would I just say my name in front of the camera or something?
Yes. Camera, just say hi. I'm Jonathan.
Hi, I'm Jonathan.
And you have to ask me your question, of course.
Well, there's been many events like throughout the school year this year. Is there any one that was like your favorite, like the Avid ceremony, the school talent show, any of those?
That was fun. I would say the talent show was really fun. I got to help the, I can't remember what name they called their band, but the the four kids, Juan, Elijah, Manuel, and Benjamin, that did that Nirvana cover. They'd been rehearsing for like weeks, and they kept asking me for help, so I was getting there, I was trying to mix it for them, trying to mic them up, and we were running into some issues, but just seeing everybody being super supportive in that environment, like when Miss Cram was doing her freestyle art, or when, I forget, Donovan, you probably know, the gal who played the band piece on the, what was that, baritone? That was good. So it was just nice to see the talents of the students and be there. I would say the talent show is probably my favorite thing. I'd like to see it more.
Yeah, I remember you running up many times to the stage, and then when Miss Peterson's parts happened, you ran up for everyone to record their phones up.
Oh, that was such a great, that moment was when everyone had their lights on their phones waving around while they were performing. That did it for me. And that one student, I don't know her name, I've seen her around school, she sang that beautiful Spanish ballad. I was tearing up. It was so good. So that moment was really good. I'm excited to keep doing it in the future.
Well, that's everything I have to ask.
Thank you, Jonathan. Get out. I'm just kidding. Damn. Vicious he is. All right, who's next? Jaden, winner of the Principals Award. I do have to, before you ask your question, Jaden, I do have to preface, I don't know if you guys were at the award ceremony the other day. Super last minute. But they gave this like Principals Award out to students who had like the highest attendance, and Jaden was one of the recipients, and he wasn't even there. And the other person that got it for attendance wasn't even there either. And so I saw him in the hallway, and I pointed and laughed at him, and he told me he didn't even get an invite to the award ceremony where he was getting an award. Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to steal your moment, sir. Camera right here.
Yo, Jaden. If you could do anything besides teaching, what would you do?
Anything besides teaching, what I would do? Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know, really. There's so many like weird little interests and things that I have. Honestly, the job I used to have before here, I was a chef. I'd probably just still keep doing that. I love cooking. And the one I had was such a low stress, it was more just testing out recipes and things that I didn't really have to be on a line or getting yelled at or work 13-hour days, which is rough for a chef, but I just love it. Food to me is such a love language to give that to people. So that's probably what I would go back to doing if I wasn't teaching, but I don't know, I kind of got the teaching bug. I think I'm gonna be stuck here a while. That's it. Thank you, Jade. Yay! All right, I got what, 4 more?
Do I just start
Yep.
introducing myself?
Yep,
Right?
just say hi to your camera, and then you can just ask me your question, sir.
Hi, I'm Justin Vasquez, and I want to ask you, what do you enjoy about your job?
I enjoy seeing creative things that people do. I had all those like movie posters and 8-bit people outside my door, and being able to see and think that I played some part in that really warms my heart. But I think the main thing that I enjoy is thinking and seeing that there's several students who feel like safe asking me things, who feel comfortable in my classroom. And I mean, I'm not the strictest person ever, but it makes me feel happy to know that someone can come in and just like take a moment to chill in my classroom, or that they feel safe and comfortable asking me for things or reviewing their art or anything like that. So I would say that, well, besides like actually feeling like I have taught someone something, I think making someone feel comfortable and safe is probably the best thing I enjoy about it.
That's good.
Thanks. That was it. Justin, everyone. Great job, sir. All right, Chris's turn.
My name is Chris, and the question I have for you today is, if there's something you could have done differently this year, what would you have done?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or what would it be?
I don't know. I guess I would have really enjoyed getting. Did that camera run out? That's okay. Jaquan, you still recording? That's all right. You want to hit that red record button there? We'll still have it on the big wide shot, so we can kind of cut in and out. I don't know. I feel like I would have wanted to do something like this sooner. I know I was kind of stumbling around the first like 2 months that we had this class together, because again, I know it sounds silly because I'm an adult, but I was very much intimidated by all of you, because I could just see that you guys had talents and skills, and I wanted to do something with that, but I wasn't really sure exactly how to go about doing that. So once I was reminded that this was here, I was like, okay, we can make something happen. So just probably have been more organized and thinking about it. But as far as we go now, I like to live my life not having too many regrets. So I think what we've done and built up here get a little easier, a little bit better in the future. And you guys being here on the ground floor, I'll get a plaque with all of your names on it outside or something. That'll be cute. I appreciate all of these guys so much. So, but I would have loved to, if I had to do something differently, do this a little sooner. But here we are now, and that's it. Thank you, Chris. Cameraman to the stars. Here we go. Uh-oh. Heavy hitter over here.
No, my name's Jaquan. My question is, how long do you think you're gonna work for LBJ?
I'd like to be here for at least 4 years, because I mean, like I said, the first few months I was here, I was like, oh my God, get me out of here, what am I doing? Not because of the school, it was just the career of teaching in general. I was like, what have I done? But you kind of get that whenever you start a new job. It's kind of like a homesickness, I think. And there was a little bit of a fear. Again, not because of the people here or the school, it's just this job was scary to me. But I've realized that once I've started making connections with freshmen now, I'm like, well, I have to wait to see you graduate. I have to see you walk across the stage. I'm gonna be a tearful mess. I'm probably gonna tear up whenever you guys graduate. I'll be there screaming very loudly. But I'd like to think at least 4 years. But I say that, but the next year I'll be like, oh, this new batch of freshmen, I gotta wait for them. So who knows how long it'll go? Maybe until I start turning old and gray. I found my first white hair after teaching for 2 months, so that was fun. But definitely at least 4 years. But I'd like to at least build something, have that, again, consistency, and then move on when I feel like I'm done.
Okay, that's all I have.
That's a great question. Yay. All right, I think that's everybody but Annette. So Annette, we'll go ahead and have you come up and close it on out.
My ears are really weird since I was on the headphones.
Yeah, jumping back and forth, I bet.
Yeah, it's pretty confusing. All right, my name's Annette Rivera, and my question for you is, how do you feel about what we've accomplished so far?
I feel great. I feel great. I again, mentioning earlier how I wish I would have started this sooner. I feel really happy knowing that we at least have a framework in place, so that when I do have freshmen or sophomores that go eventually to come to this class, I can be like, hey, this is what we've already done. All of this is kind of there and ready for you. So I know one freshman has already approached me about it and be like, Mister, I want to take AV2 so I can do a video game review show. And I'm like, great, that's awesome. So I feel really great, and you guys have really been super supportive and running with it, even though things are always so weird. Some days we're recording 3 times, some weeks it's nothing. So I appreciate you guys very much, and I'm super proud of what you guys accomplished. All the different things we've done, every one of you guys who've hosted, opening up and doing that, camera skills you guys have done, just everything. I'm super proud of it, and I'm happy to have been a part of it.
Oh, that's the end of it then. Since I'm the last student, I'm pretty sure 2 of the ones are not here today.
Yeah, we're missing a few, so I guess they're gonna fail and not graduate. I'm just kidding. I would never do that to you guys. But alright. That's the end. Goodbye, Jags tonight. Until next year.
Yeah. Keep facing.
Yeah, we'll see.